boom, I'm like still fighting it, right? Because now it's getting more intense. Like I'm trying not to fight it, so I'm letting go, but I'm still fighting it. And then my hand comes out like this. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm tripping out in another dimension, but I'm still kind of conscious. So my hand go out like this, and I'm like, why is doing that? So I'm like, fuck it. I said, I'm going to stop fighting this shit. I put my other hand out. Some weird shit, bro. My hands is both out. I start feeling all this energy, like if all this energy was being transferred into me. And I started getting like all the answers to my questions I was looking for. I felt like I was like somebody plugged a hard drive into me and just dropped me a whole bunch of files. Yeah, exactly.
What kind of questions? Do you remember them?
They were just like mental things that I was putting. Like, should I be with this person? Should I do this? Like life decisions. That's what it was about. Like, I had the answers to that question when I was finished. Like I was putting because the devil tries to distract you and keep you off course. So everything that was a distraction at that point, God gave me the answer to move away from those situations and not to focus on them. And also when you come off the DMT, so I'm like, I start feeling all this shit. You know, people probably not gonna believe me because it's so fucking crazy, but
nah, we got a crazy audience.
So I start feeling this shit. I'm like, you know. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like this I'm going Super Saiyan and shit. Like everything's like, I feel amazing. And then it's pulled from me. And it stops. And I'm like, oh shit, and I come back. But when I come back, things are still kind of I'm still in between dimensions, if that makes sense. Because now, shit. You know, the same way you go 100 miles, you still got to go back to 60 before you get to zero. So now I'm in a halfway point.
So it's like you see shit pixelating, you see like starting. Oh shit, still trippy.
Well, the thing is, like, you see how we're there? Everything came back to normal, but it was still kind of head deaf. But my boy, I'm looking at him. He was wearing some SB dunks.
Oh yeah, Nike SBs.
And he's looking like an alien. He's looking like his form, but like
with some SB dunks on.
Not only the
that's fly as
not
fuck,
only the dunks,
bro. That's
though.
Dope.
Check this out.
What else was he wearing?
It ain't even about what he was wearing. He had the dunks, and there was like vine wrapped around him. You ever seen like on tarot cards how they have like vine wrapped around people, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is up with them tarot cards where they have vine wrapped around shit? That's what it is. He had like vine wrapped around him, like he was a part, like he was a part of the earth. That makes any sense? And yeah, grounded exactly. And then I got on the floor, threw myself.
But were you a part of the earth?
Listen to this. I throw myself on the floor, and I'm like, why the fuck I'm on the floor? And I keep like hugging the ground and doing weird shit with the ground.
But you couldn't ground.
But I did ground as soon as I laid flat. Because I told my homeboy, I said, what's going on? I'm like, I lay flat and I feel so good. He's like, stay there, you're grounded. But he was grounded because he only smoked a little bit, sitting up. But the way he was looking like a futuristic version of himself. Like he had all these like, he was fatter, like his arms were fatter, and then he had the vine wrapped around him. And he was looking like real HD. And then when he told me to lay down, I laid down, bro, and I felt amazing. It felt like I was one with the earth.
Were you scared at first though? You were thinking you couldn't get grounded? You were by yourself?
Bro, I didn't even know to be honest, about the grounding concept. I just thought the trip was it. So
the grounding concept, I like that.
You feel me?
Here.
That what?
Yeah, I tried to do that grounding shit before on shrooms. So like, was it shrooms or acid? It was shrooms? Okay, so right before a trip, I was like, I took the shit, right? And I was like, right before the shit hits, I want to like go and like meditate out in the yard or whatever and just like try to become more humble and grounded. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm going to make good vibes out of this shit. And bro, it fucking worked.
Yeah.
That shit is real. Like,
hell yeah. And you had your mind on it, so you was pushing for it to happen. When people fight shit like, I'm not going to get high, then they don't get high. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why this? I've seen a lot of people why that acid don't work, but then other people took the same acid and they was tripping out.
Took acid before?
Nah.
You ever had any bad trips?
On what?
Anything.
Oh, on weed. I feel like everybody's had like a bad trip or two on weed.
For real?
Yeah, everybody's had a bad trip. There was times that I've smoked and gone to school and like some shit happened and my heart just started beating or, you know, crazy shit, bro. You know? Like, but
what kind of weed were you smoking back in school?
I don't know, man. These back in the day, Miami. This was before there was all the runts and all the fucking Cali was sending our shit.
Yeah.
There was Miami trap house weed. So this shit was like some crazy blueberry yum and shit that was growing in trap house. So it was super crazy.
Bro.
Hydroponics, and they used to have this creepy shit that got you real fucked up. So it was like, I used to smoke good weed, it was just more expensive. Like a zip now on the street is like 110, 120. Before it was 150. I know it used to be 300 standard.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit less, and you feel me, in the streets and shit.
Nah, I remember, bro. You used to get some crazy shit, bro. Like back in, like I was in like the Wiz Khalifa era, bro. Like when Wiz Khalifa
I was like a couple years
Wiz
before
Khalifa
that.
shot out one song, yo, 400 a zip. That's what we smoke on, some shit like that.
That's when
like,
the medical and the recreational game had just started up, though. Before that, it was all street weed and shit.
But I felt like he went back on an interview and said that was cap. Like he said, he was like, nah, they were taxing. Like it was like too high. But like,
I don't know,
shit,
bro.
I remember when I
at the
first
cookie store. That shit's crazy.
when I was first starting, like I started smoking like in 7th, 8th grade. We get like some dro and shit, but that should be 15, 20 a G for sure. Like, but you could get some Reggie, like some popcorn Reggie, and we had some shit that was like, it was some good popcorn Reggie, you know, like it wasn't like, like looking like regular shit. You'd have to pick out some seeds, but it was like some cool smoke. Yeah. And you could get that shit at a bargain, bro. We'd have ounces of that shit at a time, bro, just smoking swishers.
Right.
All right. But yeah, man, I appreciate you tapping in with us, bro.
Yeah.
It's a crazy ass story, bro.
Yeah, and you know what the craziest part is? Once that shit was over, like once it just finished and shit, I was like, that's when I really tripped out. Because I was like, then I knew, because when I felt everything was pulled from me, I was like, yo, that's God letting you know that he's really in control of everything. Like, people put a lot more into what they really are than they are. Like, I would put it to you like this. If you try to serve God in one, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, in one shape or form, that's your true purpose in life, to be a servant to that message. So if you inspire 3-4 people, I feel like you lived your purpose. That's just my concept. So when I felt that, it kind of let my ego die even more. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody still has an ego at the end of the day, but it let me know, like, I'm not as important as I think I am. And on top of that, like, this energy and this power that I get, I know it comes from somebody else, which is the universe.
I felt that.
You feel me?
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%.
Like, I think I'm important in what I do. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, like my purpose. But I don't think I'm more important than anything else.
But you're just one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just a servant of God. And my mission is to do what I got to do, to inspire others.
That's beautiful.
That's it. You feel me? I appreciate it. It's that simple. My mission is just to inspire one individual to do something different that's going to help them build themselves.
100,
and I just got to try to make money in the process, because none of this shit is cheap. I like luxury. I like luxurious things too. I like smoking good weed. I like good hotels. I like nice cars. I like good food. That shit don't be cheap.
All right.
And support your motherfucking artists, bro. Buy a t-shirt. Download a song. Stream a song. And if you're not going to do that, repost it. Reshare it. Because you know what? You don't know who you can be resharing it to that is going to support.